President Trump has long favored tariffs as a tool to protect American industries and pressure other countries. In his second term, he has significantly escalated their use. Trump has imposed tariffs on goods from numerous countries, including close allies and economic rivals. The tariffs target a wide range of products, from steel and aluminum to solar panels and washing machines. Recently, Trump announced a new round of tariffs specifically targeting Chinese imports. These tariffs are particularly significant due to their scope and the potential for retaliation. The tariffs, initially set at 10%, have been steadily increasing. They now stand at 20% and are scheduled to reach 34% soon. The stated goal of these tariffs is to address what the administration calls unfair trade practices by China. However, the tariffs have been met with criticism from various quarters, including some of Trump's traditional allies. Concerns have been raised about the potential negative impact on American consumers and businesses. The legality of Trump's tariffs is now being challenged in court. The New Civil Liberties Alliance, a conservative legal group, has filed a lawsuit against the Trump administration. The lawsuit focuses on the tariffs imposed on Chinese imports. The NCLA argues that these tariffs are unlawful and exceed the president's authority. At the heart of the legal challenge is the International Emergency Economic Powers Act. The administration claims that the opioid crisis constitutes a national emergency, justifying the use of IEPA to impose tariffs. The NCLA contends that IEPA does not grant the president the power to impose tariffs. They argue that such power rests solely with Congress. The NCLA lawsuit is being closely watched as it could have significant implications for the balance of power between the executive and legislative branches. If successful, the lawsuit could limit the president's ability to impose tariffs unilaterally. The outcome of the case could also set a precedent for future challenges to executive actions on trade. The NCLA lawsuit reflects a growing unease among some conservatives about Trump's use of tariffs. Traditionally, conservatives have favored free trade and limited government intervention in the economy. Many conservatives believe that tariffs distort markets, raise prices for consumers, and harm American businesses. One of the key concerns is that tariffs represent an overreach of executive power. Conservatives have long been wary of presidents exceeding their constitutional authority. They argue that Congress, not the president, has the power to regulate international trade. The tariffs are seen by some as an example of executive overreach and a threat to the separation of powers. Another concern is the potential economic fallout from a trade war. Many economists warn that tariffs could lead to higher prices, job losses, and slower economic growth. They argue that tariffs harm both the countries imposing them and the countries they target. Some conservatives fear that the tariffs could backfire and damage the American economy. The lawsuit against Trump's tariffs has significant implications for American trade policy. The outcome could determine the extent of presidential power on trade matters. A ruling in favor of the NCLA could limit the president's ability to impose tariffs unilaterally. The tariffs have already impacted American businesses, raising costs and creating uncertainty. Some companies face higher costs due to tariffs on imported materials.